Managing finances effectively is one of the most crucial life skills, yet it's something many people struggle with. Whether it's paying off debt, saving for the future, or simply budgeting for day-to-day expenses, understanding how to allocate income is vital for financial well-being. Two of the most popular budgeting strategies are the 50-30-20 rule and the 60-20-20 rule. These straightforward income allocation methods help individuals divide their earnings into categories that ensure financial balance and long-term stability. In this video, we'll delve into these two budgeting approaches, exploring their principles, how they work, and which one might be the right fit for different financial situations. The 50-30-20 rule is one of the most popular budgeting methods, thanks to its simplicity and flexibility. Senator Elizabeth Warren popularized this rule in her book, All You're Worth: The Ultimate Lifetime Money Plan. The rule divides your after-tax income into three broad categories. 1. 50% for needs. 2. 30% for wants. 3. 20% for savings and debt repayment. This rule is particularly appealing for those who prefer a straightforward, easy-to-follow approach to budgeting. Let's break down each category. 50% for needs. The largest portion of your income under this rule should be dedicated to needs essential expenses that you cannot avoid. These are the bills and obligations that are necessary for survival and well-being. Examples include rent or mortgage payments, utilities, electricity, water, gas, groceries, insurance, health, auto, etc. Minimum debt payments, transportation, gas, public transport, car payments, healthcare costs. These expenses are non-negotiable. They represent the minimum you need to maintain a basic standard of living. By allocating 50% of your income to needs, you ensure that the essential aspects of your life are covered, reducing stress about meeting basic obligations. However, it's important to note that needs can sometimes be subjective. For example, while groceries are a need, dining out or buying luxury food items would fall under wants, not needs. The key is to be realistic and discerning about what qualifies as a true necessity. 30% for wants. This category is for discretionary spending or the things that you enjoy but could technically live without. Wants are what make life enjoyable beyond the basics. This is the portion of your income that allows for lifestyle choices and personal indulgences such as dining out, entertainment, movies, concerts, streaming services, hobbies and recreation, sports, crafts, etc., travel and vacations, shopping for non-essential items, clothes, gadgets, etc., upgraded services like a more expensive phone plan. The 30% allocation for wants is designed to strike a balance between enjoying your money now and saving for the future. This flexibility allows you to make room in your budget for fun and relaxation without compromising on financial responsibility. It also helps prevent feelings of deprivation that can lead to overspending later. 20% for savings and debt repayment. The final 20% of your income under the 50-30-20 rule should be directed toward financial goals, including saving and paying down debt. This category is crucial for building long-term financial security. Examples of where this money could go include savings accounts, emergency funds, general savings, retirement accounts, 401k, IRA, etc., investment stocks, bonds, real estate, extra debt payments beyond the minimum. The goal here is to ensure that you're not only covering your immediate needs and enjoying life in the present, but also preparing for the future. Whether it's saving for a down payment on a house, building an emergency fund, or investing for retirement, this portion of your income helps you secure financial independence. Who is the 50-30-20 rule for? The 50-30-20 rule is a versatile framework that can be adapted to a wide range of financial situations. It's particularly well-suited for individuals who have a stable income that covers their basic needs, want a simple, easy-to-follow budgeting plan, are looking for a balanced approach to spending and saving, need to prioritize saving while still allowing room for discretionary spending. This rule works well for people who are relatively new to budgeting or those who prefer a more flexible structure rather than a strict, itemized budget. Challenges of the 50-30-20 rule. While the 50-30-20 rule is widely praised for its simplicity, it may not work for everyone. Some potential challenges include high cost of living in areas with a high cost of living, such as major cities. It may be difficult to keep essential expenses within 50% of your income. Rent, healthcare, and transportation costs might consume a larger portion of your budget, leaving less for wants and savings. Income variability for people with irregular or fluctuating income, such as freelancers or gig workers. Sticking to fixed percentages may be challenging. Adjusting the rule to fit varying income levels can require more effort. Debt load. If you have significant debt, allocating only 20% of your income to savings and debt repayment may not be sufficient to make substantial progress in paying off high-interest loans. like the 60-20-20 rule, might be more appropriate. The 60-20-20 rule is another popular budgeting method, similar in structure to the 50-30-20 rule, but with some key differences. In this approach, your after-tax income is divided as follows. 1. 60% for needs and fixed expenses. 2. 20% for savings and investments. 3. 20% for wants and discretionary spending. This rule provides a more conservative allocation of income, emphasizing essential expenses and savings while reducing the amount available for discretionary spending. Let's explore each category in detail. 60% for needs and fixed expenses. In the 60-20-20 rule, a larger portion of your income, 60%, is allocated to needs and fixed expenses. This includes all the essential costs necessary to maintain your lifestyle, such as rent or mortgage payments, utilities and bills, groceries and household supplies, transportation costs, insurance premiums, childcare or educational expenses, healthcare costs, minimum debt payments. The primary difference here is that 60% of your income is set aside for these non-negotiable expenses, making this rule ideal for individuals or families with higher fixed costs. If your cost of living is significant or you have multiple financial obligations, such as a mortgage, student loans, or children to support, this rule may offer a more realistic approach to budgeting. By allocating a larger portion of income to fixed expenses, this rule acknowledges the reality of modern financial commitments, where a substantial part of earnings goes toward necessities. 20% for savings and investments. Similar to the 50-30-20 rule, 20% of your income in the 60-20-20 rule is earmarked for savings and investments. This is the portion of your income that will go towards securing your financial future, including retirement savings, 401k, IRA, etc., emergency fund contributions, long-term investments, extra debt payments. The goal of this category is to ensure that even though you're spending more on fixed expenses, you're still making steady progress toward your long-term financial goals. The 20% allocation helps to maintain a focus on saving and investing, which is essential for financial growth and security. 20% for wants and discretionary spending. In contrast to the 50-30-20 rule, the 60-20-20 rule allocates only 20% of income to discretionary spending. This category covers the same types of expenses: entertainment, dining out, hobbies, travel, and other non-essential purchases, but with a smaller portion of income. This reduced allocation for wants reflects the increased emphasis on meeting fixed expenses and saving for the future. It requires a bit more discipline in discretionary spending, which can be a positive change for those who are trying to rein in impulse purchases or curb lifestyle inflation. Who is the 60-20-20 rule for? The 60-20-20 rule is better suited for individuals or families with higher living expenses, or those who want to prioritize saving and essential spending over discretionary purchases. It's an ideal budgeting method for individuals with higher fixed costs, such as a mortgage, student loans, or children to support, people who live in areas with a high cost of living, those who want to increase their focus on saving and reducing debt, individuals looking to limit discretionary spending and focus on essentials. This rule provides a more conservative framework, ensuring that your essential expenses and savings goals are met before allocating money for wants. Challenges of the 60-20-20 rule. While the 60-20-20 rule offers more flexibility for those with higher fixed expenses, it also has its challenges: less room for wants. The 20% allocation for wants may feel restrictive for some people, particularly those who enjoy spending on experiences, hobbies, or lifestyle upgrades. This approach requires a higher level of discipline and prioritization of spending. Savings trade-off. While the rule maintains a focus on savings, some individuals may prefer to allocate more than 20% of their income to long-term investments or debt repayment, particularly if they're pursuing aggressive financial goals. Deciding between the 50-30-20 and 60-20-20 rules ultimately depends on your individual financial situation, goals, and priorities. Here are some factors to consider when choosing the best budgeting method for you. Cost of living. If your living expenses consume a significant portion of your income, the 60-20-20 rule may offer a more realistic approach. If you have more flexibility in your budget, the 50-30-20 rule may be a better fit. Financial goals. Consider your long-term financial goals. If you're aiming to aggressively save for retirement or pay off debt, the 60-20-20-20 rule might help you prioritize these goals. If you're more focused on finding a balance between saving and enjoying your money, the 50-30-20 rule offers more flexibility. Lifestyle preferences. Your personal spending habits and lifestyle preferences should also play a role in your decision. If you value discretionary spending and want to allocate more for wants, the 50-30-20 rule allows for this. If you prefer to prioritize essentials and savings, the 60-20-20 rule may be more suitable. Both the 50-30-20 and 60-20-20 rules provide simple, effective frameworks for managing income and achieving financial stability. The key is to choose a budgeting method that aligns with your individual financial situation and goals. By following these rules, you can create a balanced budget that helps you meet your needs, enjoy life, and build a secure financial future. Whether you prioritize saving, reducing debt, or enjoying discretionary spending, these budgeting rules can guide you on the path to financial success.